Hey guys, Billy Jenkins here. I know that I'm about to post a video that is about plants and not puppies, but what I'm doing, you don't have to watch it. What I'm wanting to do is just kind of do a video every couple days to a week so I can see growth of the plants. I can look back and stuff, and didn't know if anybody wants to follow along and watch too. If you do want to follow, hit subscribe, and then also there's a bell where you can be alerted if we upload new videos. But yeah, if you want to kind of watch what we're doing, then that's great. You know, follow along with me, but I'm posting these videos just so I can go through, scan, see the growth that we have in our plants, and then if I want to look back in a week or two of, hey, what did this plant look like then? For one, it's not going to be taking up memory on my phone because they'll be deleted, and we won't have to you know, be going through our phone to find stuff or going through our computer to see the files. We can just go straight to YouTube. So if you want to watch, enjoy, but we're just going to take you through everything that we have again, and you can see the growth and the improvement of things, and we might even have some things that are not as good. But we're going to show everything, so just keep a lookout and let us know if you like the video and give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. We've done a little bit of plant care just throughout watering. If you remember, this peace lily had a lot more of these, but they had been on there for, and bloomed maybe for, you know, a month or so. So they were starting to turn brown, so I went ahead and cut them off. Again, we've watered a lot of these plants. This one actually, since we've got it, we've had it like 2 weeks now. I've not watered it since I've gotten it because it is so lush and there's a good amount of soil. Everything else is just looking so good. I do know with this one, it was leaning, we did have it turned the other way towards the window that gets the most light. And since we turned it the opposite way, it's leaning really bad. So I'm thinking we're gonna have to probably repot that at some point, even though it has been repotted. Look at all of this new growth, all these little ones sticking out, super cute. This one is getting a lot more full. You know, it was flat and dry, but it's doing really well. Same with this one, just a lot more growth. This one, when I watered it, actually, I didn't notice, and in the back there was some leaves, big leaves that were dried and fell off. But I think just because we're getting a lot of new growth, it was like the old leaves, but it looks wonderful. This tall one is reaching so high. It was our newest leaf that came through, that when I got this plant, it was still, oh, come on, focus, still in here. So it's done so well where it's at. Here's our new one that was all twisted up a few days ago. I've kind of helped it, you know, turn it towards the light. And as it's opening, I don't open it, but as it's opening, just make sure that it's getting open and not caught underneath. A lot more growth on that baby. And I just told my husband that I didn't think this one was doing much growing, but I do think it has started to grow a little bit. It's just not done much since I've had it. Look at one of our string of hearts. All these little wispy ends that it's growing out. That's all new. Oh, I'm gonna insert a little clip above, and you can see that the leaf that I thought was dying was. Remember, this is the one that had root rot when we went to repot it as soon as we got it. But I think all the others look fine. So we're just gonna have to keep an eye on it. But I think it looks all right. All of these are doing good. All of these, of course, this is one of our ones that we have to keep watching, of the dumb cane, that has done so well since I've potted it. You know, we water propagated. Everything is just growing so much. And I've not fed them, so I've not done any fertilizer, which I need to. I've not done that yet. something super cool. Look at that new sprout. That's pretty cool too. We've got new leaves coming. Here's another one of our string of hearts. They're just growing so fast. All these little wispy ends doing so well. Our lavender though has kind of sprouted, but our tops are shriveling. And I don't know what that is. All the tops are. Everything else looks good on it, except for the tops. I wonder if it needs more natural light instead of the fake grow lights, but we'll see. Oh, look. Water propagating, and we have a bloom on our bridal veil. I don't know if you can see. Yep, you can see the roots in there growing. This is the one that my grandma helped me put all in the soil. They seem to be doing really well. There's ones that I water propagated, and they're just sticking up everywhere. Oh, I do think that they've got new growth on them, though. I just didn't notice because I hadn't looked. But can you see that new growth? That's cool. Really cool. These have got growth. They've got little leaves coming out everywhere. I'm really impressed with all this stuff. So we are fixing to, this is just an update of all of our stuff. Get back, Beatrix. But we are going to just keep showing what we've got if we can get it to focus. We do have some, see the little babies popping up of the string of hearts? A couple in there. We've got a bunch of rooted bulbs, and this we're gonna plant with these pretty soon. We're gonna try to put them all in one, but I'm trying to find a container that has a really long, that's like this, like maybe 2 times the height or even 3. Small, and that's doing really well too. That's a chain of rubies, I believe. Here's another, that dumb cane that took me so long to pot, but it's doing really well just because I couldn't get anything settled. All right, let's take a look at this one. This is the one I had gotten that I was doing for my sister. We've got a bunch of little hearts popping through. I'm jealous because those were supposed to be mine. But let me see if I can get it in better light to show. And I'll zoom in on where I know it's at. So 3 different ones already popping out babies for sure that I can see. That's awesome. Super cool. Super fun. This thing in the back, hopefully it'll focus for me. That one has gotten bigger kind of fast. You see that one still kind of skinny? So yeah, so that's just an update on most of our stuff here growing. Oh, last thing too. So we had talked about, let me see, are we zoomed all the way in? So let's go out. So we had talked about in the bathroom, it wasn't growing as fast as it was out here. So you see that this one popped out. So this had that casing on it. That'll fall off in a few days. That leaf is really big. There's a new one coming in the center. Same here. This one just opened up. Now that leaf isn't as big as these others, but it's gonna be, the new leaves are quite a bit bigger than the bottom. So I think we're gonna have to start propagating because you can see it's leaning. It's like it's top heavy. So we're gonna, and its propagation I'm pretty sure is easy. I've seen a lot of ones do it, especially my girl that I like to watch, Amanda from Plantarina. But you'll cut off, water propagate it once it gets roots, and then make a new one. So I didn't want to do that with this because I wanted it to get big. But here it's not gonna work very well because the new leaves are so much bigger than the bottom ones that it's just gonna be too top heavy. So it'll be fun. It'll be a fun process. But our main reason for doing a video today is I did get a new plant for Mother's Day, and it was the healthiest one there. But you can see it's not centered, and we're gonna have to do some propagation. I watered it since I've had it, but I definitely want to maybe cut 2 or 3 nodes off, get the plant centered, and make some new ones. So follow up and watch with us as we get ready to do that. And then we will also do, get these planted, but I'm gonna group these with these. And then also here we've got some good growth coming off of those. That water needs to be changed, by the way, just because when I stuck it in there, it did have dirt on it, but it's not dirty. It's just, or it's not like dirty fungusy, it's just dirty from dirt, which is dirty. But yeah, so everything else is looking pretty good. Same with all of these. I don't even know if we're gonna be able to show everything we got in one video. But like you see, this one needs to be rooted. These 2 need to be rooted. Yeah, so we just got a lot of stuff that we're gonna have to do. We just got to find time to do it. But yeah, we'll do, our next video will be on us repotting a few things and getting our water propagation put into soil. So make sure you watch for our next video in the next couple days, and we will get that done. Another thing really quick before we finish off for today. We stopped watering this as much. We took it out from under the grow light. It's like it wanted less attention. And I actually couldn't even find what this plant is. Like these leaves, so all the leaves should look like this. And every time I put it in one of our plant ID, it says it's a type of, it's a type of peace lily, but I don't know. I'm not quite sure if that's what it is. Now these that are faded out are ones that were not healthy, but I do think that they are, I don't know if they'll come back with their color, but I do think they're gonna kind of hang on with us for a little bit. These are shriveled, but they're not turned color, so I'm gonna leave those. But it's crazy the amount of color that has came back or stayed in this plant with less attention. So we just kind of keep it with direct sunlight and not a whole lot of water, and it's done better. If you know what type of plant this is, let me know. So this leaf, we actually have circled back around to this one. We've got a new leaf coming out of there. So that's gonna give us a new one of these, which is gorgeous. We've got some new growth on here for sure. We just keep sprouting and I love it. Everything is just really looking good. We've got new growth, we've got new babies coming out. Everything is just happy, happy, happy. There's my little dog with spriggy hair. So in my last video, I didn't pull out and show the roots, but I'm actually gonna do that just because I'm wanting to see, you know, for myself, to be able to look back at the dates and see what growth we've had. Here, we haven't really opened up that node yet, so hopefully it will start soon. I know usually when they start, the leaves still look really well and healthy. Except that one's hanging, and I don't know why, but they still look good. This one, I haven't picked up out of the water, but we've definitely got roots growing off of the root. That's what we want for sure, but it needs to be thicker before getting put out on its own. Again, everything's looking good for these. Of course, some of these leaves were a little bit damaged from the start, so we can't really help that. All right. Oh, how are you gonna block this? All right. So, like I said, the white on the bottom is new. I'm gonna try to make sure that isn't folding, and we've got some roots growing out of these. I didn't think we did. I haven't saw those yet. So that's good. Good, good, good. I'm going to try to, though, let this open up and hold itself. So that, yep, so that's just in the water and not on the bottom. So that's good. Leaves are good. Remember, this leaf wasn't open yet, and it had damage on it. So you see the spots. It was already like that. All right. And these are kind of folding in. But I don't mind as long as it's okay. But, oh, yeah. So you see we've got some of that white at the end. That's good. And then here's another one with just a little node that hasn't done anything yet. But I do think we'll just watch it. We'll watch it. I think it'll be fine. This leaf has turned in for some reason. You see how it's turned in. They were everything folded out, but I don't know if that means anything, but we'll just keep an eye on it. But I'm really happy with all of these so far. I try to get all the leaves not to touch as they're sitting, just so they're not pressured. But I'm happy with all of these. I cannot wait to get them planted to the point where they can be planted as their own plant. Super exciting. Also, remember our very unruly peace lily from up at the house that pretty much has died and we brought back. Look, so this one was already open. This one has now started to open, and so has this one. So we're happy for sure. And we've got new growth sticking out where a new leaf is coming. I am super excited. I know it's not the prettiest because it's very unruly, just poking out everywhere, but it's fine in this room. Just kind of taking up some space, but I'm happy. I'm happy. It's happy. And once the blooming season stops, we will cut a lot of this down and, you know, make a lot of single plants from it. So that'll be good for sure. So long. All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you like what you watch, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And also, we'll be back in just a few days to be repotting some things, and we'll see you next time.